Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have started a series of 12 discussion sessions with Dr. Hatem, and I want to highlight that these discussion sessions are unlike anything else. Why I would say that? In this particular recording podcast, I'll talk about what are these sessions, what is the topic, who's the audience, how are these different, and what is the implication of these sessions if they're done properly. So first of all, what are these sessions? These are 12 sessions based on 12 questions that every Muslim, Shia or Sunnah, should be asking about and understanding so that they have firm understanding of what happened to Syeda Fatima Zehra and are able to stand strongly on that belief and are able to answer anyone who raises questions and are able to ignore the whispering of the continuously deceiver shaitan. Second is, who's the audience? The audience of these questions are, obviously, these are open to public, first of all. Second, they're not designed to convince a person who has a closed mind. So we don't even want to spend time on opening a closed mind, because if Allah wants someone to have an open mind, Allah will give them open mind. It is more designed towards people who are either Shia, or they think they're Shia, or they have the love of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam, so that these questions can provoke the intellect and they can start thinking about these more. And the concept of raising questions is very important in history in Islam. So, Hazrat Ibrahim AS, he raised questions in the minds of people through his actions, and these questions laid the foundation of the religion that he built. So the questions are so important in our life and our to build our strong foundation. And then the approach that we're taking. The approach is very unique because each of these questions are being answered in 10 to 20-minute lectures, very short lectures, not like 1 hour speeches. And the speech or the lecture is very focused on answering that question with examples. And once you do that, there is a follow-up Q&A session that we are instituting every day. If you have any questions, write a message on YouTube or in WhatsApp group or anywhere you want, and we will answer those questions and put the recording of the Q&A session on YouTube as well. What this will do is it will help clarify any further questions or any questions that were not addressed in the lecture. So it's a very comprehensive way of addressing the concerns in a timely manner. And the example that I want to give from yesterday is, yesterday we had the first discussion. The first question was, who is the audience of this discussion series about Sayyida Fatma Zahra? And the conclusion was that the audience are people, as I mentioned, who are inclined, who are Shias. They might be confused, they might misunderstand the facts of the history, but they have the love of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam in their mind. And once that question was answered, the follow-up Q&A session was very interesting because there were three questions that were raised in greater detail over 1 hour. One question was, why was the Muslim government established in Medina, not Mecca? And the answer was very enlightening, that the Muslim government, or it was set up in a fertile area where there was no status quo embedded in the society. So, love of this world, which was present in Makkah and the leaders of Makkah, was not present in the people of Medina, and that's why the Islamic government was set up in Medina. I want to highlight, like, love of this world is such a bad cancer in our life that we ignore everything in front of it. So that's one we should adopt. The second one was, what is the role of those who didn't get the message? So, for example, if there's someone who died 100 years ago and they never got the message because this kind of technology, this kind of openness wasn't available at that time, their responsibility is was with them. One. The second one is, if they had purity in their heart, if they were the lovers of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam. Allah knows that, and Allah will judge them accordingly. Our responsibility, this is the third question, is to make sure that do not spend time on people who have been sealed. They will never listen. But anyone who wants to seek knowledge, we need to convey the knowledge to that person, whether Sunni, Shia, non-Muslim. And the third aspect is we should make our conversations knowledge in a way that is open for public and simple to understand, which is really important so that anyone who's searching for the truth, they find the truth. Wassalamu alaikum. Looking forward to the second lecture today at 3:30 p.m.